Hello, everyone. Welcome to our next episode of season three. I figured we're gonna check in. It's September 6th. We got pretty good injury luck, all things considering, this year. Some overperformance, some underperformance. But I thought this might be a good time to check in on everything, see how we're doing. So if we look at our standings right here, we are tied with the Braves for first in our division. And Miami and Washington are actually, they are all really close. They're very close to where we're sitting at right now. Our run differential is great. That looks like it's second in baseball, only behind the Cleveland Guardians, which is also a nice, pleasant surprise. But we are a good team, right? This is a good team. We should be a little bit better. Um, and everybody else in the division is severely overperforming. So that's what makes this really close. What's troubling is our record in extra inning games and one run games. Not good. That's usually indicative of the back end of your bullpen, which also doesn't make a whole lot of sense considering what our bullpen looks like, especially revamped. I made a few trades for that as well. Um, Yeah, so let's get into it real quick. Pitching, we always start with the pitching staff. Shohei is Shohei. He's still really good. He's not putting up the incredible season like last year, but he's still really good. One thing we did this year, um, we made the rotation very strict, so that way, this five starter, whoever it ended up being, it wasn't Matt Allen all season. Obviously, he has 16 starts. But whoever that five starter was got bumped a lot. And Shohei's already up to 31 starts. And you can even see Zach Wheeler only made 26 so far. So he's got 31 starts going into the entire month of September. And I think he just pitched. So he's got two, three. Yeah, so like this Miami game, normally this would be your two starter, your three starter, your four, your five. But we can bump him up a day because of this extra day of rest. So really, it's two, three, four, five, and then Shohei will pitch here. Two, three, four. Shohei will probably pitch here. Two. So that's two starts for the month. One, two, three, four, five. Shohei. Two, three, four, five. Shohei. So that's four more. Two, three, four, one. So that's five starts. So probably about six more starts for the season, which helps maximize his value. He's kind of had a rough-ish um, month of August, uh, pitching wise, but he's been great. Zach Wheeler has not been great. Really kind of just barely above average. Really disappointing season so far. This stuff took a tumble. His changeup took a tumble. His curveball took a tumble. It's not a great season. This contract's looking like a bit of an albatross, but I think that was a risk we understood when we signed him to it. Kodai Senga has a good, not great season. I think he got hurt for a little bit, and they have a really quick hook with him this season. I think he's limited to 18 batters faced. Quick hook. I think this is fine from like a four starter. Sorry, one sec. There it is. Okay. Quintana has had a good season. He definitely got hurt. He's only had 23 starts. He's online for 28, but good season. We This is good for a three starter. Matt Allen was an all-star actually. He's made 16 starts. He's only pitched 67 innings. He should not have been an all-star. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But he's been really good for us so far. He's been limited. He doesn't go three times through the order. He's been hurt a lot. So that's let other guys kind of pitch, which is nice. But good season. Not great, but good. Edwin Diaz has been good. Garrett Crochet has been good. We traded for Devin Williams, who has been incredible. He's put up a 2.7 WAR season so far between us and Texas. He got traded to Texas, I think, at the start of the year. So they get Dylan Cupp in a third, which looks like, that's not a great deal. This guy looks like a real prospect. And they got a third round pick. Seems like a bad trade for Texas because then they only got Jurickson Profar back. Jurickson Profar was hitting At AAA, he was having a really good AAA season. They wanted him for Devin Williams, and I think they retained most of his contract. And I said, okay, go for it. You want him that bad? Go for it. So really, what they did was they turned. Um, they got, yeah, no, they gave up Dylan Cup in a third for Jerkson Profar is really what they did. But he's been great in the back end of the bullpen. Raisel Iglesias has also been good. He's pitched a lot of innings, which is good. His ratings kind of tailed off, so luckily this is his last season of that big deal he got. Taylor Rogers has been really good. He's only pitched 20 and a third innings, which is unfortunate, but he's been really good. Tyler McGill's been really good. Camilo Duvall started really bad, and then he kind of turned it around. This dude, Trey McLaughlin, who I figured out was an actual pick of the Mets in this 2021 draft. And then he just got a really good bit of TCR. So now he's up. He's pitching for us. He's been good. Peterson's been really good. He's on pace for a 2-WAR season. He's been a long relief guy, so these ratings for a relief pitcher didn't really affect too much. He was really like the follower to Matt Allen, and even Senga a little bit. So he's had a good season. Junior Santos is up. He's pitched really well. I think it's a little bit of overperformance relative to what his underlying stats say. And Mackenzie Gore just came up. This pitching staff has gone through a lot of turmoil. Mackenzie Gore had a really good AAA season so far. He had been down in AAA, marinating a little bit, and now he's back up with the major league team. We might go to a 6-man rotation, but we just went through the schedule, so we might not. So that didn't really happen this year, and there wasn't a whole lot of room for Mackenzie Gore yet until right about now, which is fine because this AAA, we needed to see that before we could really trust him. So he's up now. On the injured list for pitching, Verlander was fine. Not really what we expected. These ratings took a complete nosedive. He was like a 2 times through the order pitcher as well. So I think it's safe to say we're gonna probably not exercise that big contract option for next season. He started fine, but tailed off. Injured list, Yoendris Gomez has been out for a while. He only pitched 21 innings of not good baseball for us. Morejón is pretty much out for the year with a torn meniscus in his knee. He wasn't pitching well either. Calvin Ziegler came up and was really, really, really pitching well. He pitched 13 innings. No starts, but 13 innings, a 1.38 ERA. He was really good. He's out for 2 more weeks. I think it was like a 4-week injury. Really pitching well at AAA, so he got a look. He was relieving for us, but he was also in line to make some starts, and I think he got hurt, and that's when Matt Allen came back. Down in AAA, who else pitched for us? What do I want? I want Scope, Major League Baseball. Kenta Maeda. We traded for Kenta Maeda. He was having a good season in Milwaukee, and then one good start for us, and then I sent him down, and he's been really bad at AAA. Maybe because he doesn't want to be there, but whatever. Pitching depth. Bryce Montes de Oca got 5 2/3. His ERA was wildly high. His FIP was wildly low. So that's all we needed from him this last season. He's not happy about it. Of course not, but I don't know what we're going to do about him. I think he's arbitration. No, he's got 1 more year left. This dude had some really good TCR. He's been bad at AAA since I promoted him, which is fine. Go get your lumps. You're just going to start down at AAA next season, I think. I want this control to pop up before I really turn him into a real consideration. Zach Phillips traded for in the preseason. Nothing from Samson yet. He's been good at AAA, but just no real room for him, I guess. Jose Diaz pitched 6 2/3 innings of decent ball. Grayson Rodriguez was on waivers. This stamina really took a hit, so he's not a starter anymore. He's really a reliever, but I think AAA is just hurting for pitchers. So he's a really good reliever for us. Again, just kind of a roster crunch. Didn't really know what to do with him, so now he's just down in AAA marinating for a little bit. And Robbie Ray, he got traded to Baltimore from the Mariners. They retained most of it. So I got him for free, which if you notice the theme, I like getting pitchers for free. Um, and I got like a deal for Kopech, gave up Simon Juan. So basically I turned Simon Juan, a prospect who I didn't really think was going to do a whole lot for us, into a season and a half of Robbie Ray. And he's just another dude who's just, I don't know what to do with them. But he'll be in the bullpen when he's up. Nobody in Double A, right? Maybe we should promote some of these guys. Like you and you should probably go to AAA for the rest of this season. Um, yeah, they're hurting for pitchers up at AAA, and that's kind of not good. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For these dudes. For the lineup, um, lineup was interesting. Nobody really had a good offensive season for us. It's been pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. Lindor kind of came back down to earth from that really good offensive season he had last year, but he's still elite with the glove. Siani, same thing. Not a great hitter, better than last year, but still not a good hitter, and elite defender. So these two guys are like our defensive. If you're gonna have defense first guys, these are two of the three positions you're gonna want it at. Beatty's been good, not lighting the world on fire, but a good hitter. Shohei has just really been hit a home run, and that's the only thing he's doing right now. Other than that, not a great season from him. He's hitting 236, 301, 505. So the slug number's carrying, but his OPS is just barely over 8, right? He got 41 bombs, but that's his only offensive value this season. Christian Walker was a trade deadline deal because this offense was anemic. He was really good for LA and then like just good for us, I guess. So I think this is a good deal for us. He's been a really good, consistent hitter. He's helped lengthen the lineup a little bit. Pete is having a good season, not as crazy as last season, but a good season. He's at 34 bombs. He's probably not going to hit 52. So, I would much rather have had that crazy, wild offensive numbers of last year, but he also got hurt for a while, so I don't think we can really count on that. Alvarez is barely above average offensively, which after last year is really a good sign. So he's just like, don't remember what year it was, but he was like bumping. He had like one good month and one bad month, and then a great month, and then a terrible month. So that's he was to be how his career's going. He had a great rookie year, a bad second year, and then a good third year. So he's been good. Marte got bumped from the starting lineup, which he doesn't seem all that upset about, but he's been really good so far. In limited playing time, I kind of, he's older. And he's got like, I know it says normal injury proneness, but I feel like he's always hurt, especially at 36 years old. So he's been like a fourth outfielder, play a lot type dude. He's on pace for 108 games, and 367 plate appearances, which are low numbers, but when he plays, he's been great. And I think that that's probably more important right now is that when he plays, he's been great. He's been playing a little bit of center, a little bit of left, not a whole lot. Yeah, he's played nothing in left so far. He's been pretty not great in center and not great in right either, but whatever. Mason Wynn took a step back with the bat. He's only on pace for 91 games in like that backup infielder spot, but he's still such a special defender. So he's still playing a lot. Brandon Nimmo also got bumped. He was hitting so poorly for most of the year. And just now, his OPS plus got over 100. He was just so bad. Let's see if I remember how to find it. April, 78. May, 87. June was good for him, 121. And then an 83. And August was great, but he only got 14 at-bats in August. That's after the trade deadline. That's kind of when his playing time got really cut. So he has not been a good offensive player by any means. He might just be a platoon at this point. His numbers against righties are much better than the ones against lefties, but yeah, he had to get the playing time cut. He was not cutting it. Jeff McNeil has been good, not great. I feel like this is pretty good production, right? Like this average and on base are good. The OPS is good, but we're paying him a lot of money, and I don't know if that's really sustainable. His defensive ratings have taken a hit. I put him on a what's the word, injury rehab assignment. Got him some first base experience, and now he can play everywhere. So that might be the plan for next year, is have him play every day, everywhere. But who knows? He's also prone to injury. Kevin Parada had a really bad first half of this season, so I sent him down, called up Austin Hedges, and then just pulled him back up because he was hitting really well at AAA. He had a 140 OPS plus at AAA. So we pulled him back up. We gave him we play him a lot already this season. I think he's played 18 starts at catcher, 19 games. He's got 6 innings at first, 8 innings at second, nothing at third, 1 inning at short for some weird reason, and he's played a lot of left and right. So he's a good backup player everywhere. It's nice to have that versatility. So if I wanted to call up Hedges, I could realistically carry Parada too. Young Ho Lee has been bad, which is not very fun. This is not really what we expected from him, but he also came back from injury and, new team, new season, new league. But this is just not what we expected from this big investment we gave him. So that is going to be an issue if he doesn't turn it around, personally. If you see these numbers, Vientos and Lugo were god awful when they played. So they both got demoted again. And then they just recently got called up with the roster expansion. I think I touched on this the first season. With roster expansion, I bump it up to 30, just because in real life teams they tend to have like a taxi squad, and there's no real way to simulate that in the game. So I have these guys both. I bump it up +2 for Lugo and Vientos. What's his name? Ronnie Mauricio was up for a little bit. He had a great AAA season. He's probably due for a promotion. He's got a 113 WRC plus. He's been positive. He's only played 50 games for whatever reason, but he's had a good season. But he might, at this point, he might just be like a 4A player. He's really good everywhere. He's a captain. He might be a 4A player, so who knows? Nick Ahmed's been a great defender. Haven't had a need for him at the major league level, which is fine. Ian Happ, I probably should have traded at the deadline. There's no room on the 40-man for him now anyway. This guy was a waiver claim from Milwaukee about a week ago, game time, who looks interesting. He has good defensive versatility everywhere, which is something I like. His batting ratings are kind of cool. So he's down to AAA now. Alex Ramirez has had a great season. He probably should be a call-up. Great season for him. Really special defender in the corners. So he's probably due for a bigger role next year as well. Good friend Michael Conforto, also down in AAA. Jet Williams did not really have a good AAA outing. His ratings have kind of dropped a little with the bat being this terrible. But if the bat's this terrible and his WAR is still just about even, I think we sign up for that, especially since he played like everywhere this season. Why was he down in high A? Did he make 2 jumps? He might have made 2 jumps this season. Yeah, so I started him in high A, then I bumped him up to double A, and now he's at AAA struggling a little bit, but he's holding his own enough, right? He's only 21. He'll be 22 next season. So again, the versatility is something I kind of crave, and it's really important. So that's the team. What I'm looking for in this last month. Anybody hurt? Oh no, just pitchers. Yeah, so we're just looking to survive this next, sorry, I just had to check him out. We're looking to survive right now. And this last month, I don't remember what the schedule looks like. Let's bump this up again. Let's go to 48. Schedule. All right, so we got Houston, who has had a good season, bad season. They've been good, right? So we got another game against Houston. This one I played through. One thing I have had to do after getting what's his name? What's his name? The first baseman plays for the Diamondbacks in real life. Totally forgot his name. Christian Walker. Christian Walker has been playing first base almost exclusively, right? In fact, exclusively. I think he got like a DH day. He's a Gold Glove first baseman, right? But what that's done is that I've had to move Pete over to play some left field, which doesn't look like it should work out. But for whatever reason, he's played 42 innings, and his defense in left field has been good. He's had 13 chances and 13 putouts in 42 innings. He's played 5 games in left, and it's only when Shohei plays because there's no DH, and so if I want to play Pete and Christian in the lineup, somebody's got to move off of first. And he's been good in left, which makes absolutely no sense. He's got a positive zone rating, or a positive range rating, a 0 zone, which is even better than his first base zone rating, and his efficiency's been better. So I don't think it's sustainable, but I just think it's pretty cool that he's playing some left and he's playing fine. Which also has made Shohei Ohtani play some right a little bit. He's played 25 games in right, 205 innings. He's been whatever, not great, but serviceable, passable, which hasn't really affected the defense all that much. Our offense is pretty much middle of the pack. It's not great, but it's not bad either. And the pitching staff, as always, is great. The defense was not good this season, though. The zone rating is negative. The defensive efficiency is 5th. But a lot of that is because like Young-Ho Lee did not have any. He got all this left field experience pretty much at the major league level, and this right field was not as good. So he's probably a negative. Alvarez is like a good, not great defender. So his defensive ratings are probably like fine. Yeah, so it's negative 1.3, which whatever. Siani's been great and Lindor's been great, but they're pretty much the only special defenders on the roster, and Christian Walker's defense doesn't really give him a whole lot. Marte took a step back defensively. Mason Wynn's not starting every day. So, like, Mason Wynn and Jeff McNeil switch around. I lose. It's an offense for defense trade. So this is what the lineup looks like for now. What I think we actually should do is maybe swap these guys around a little bit. Just less pressure, and Jeff's been hitting better, so less pressure. Maybe we do that too. Bump Alvarez up a little bit more. Help. So yeah, that's the team. We'll check in for playoff time. We'll do the same thing for playoffs. We'll go through the run, but just giving everybody a heads up. This is probably the last sim I'm going to do for this Mets team on camera for a little bit. I think I want to. We said like a 3 to 5 year timeline. We won a championship in year 1, right? Which was never ever like something I thought would happen. So this might be the last on camera run for a few years. I kind of want to build the legacies a little bit. I want to get these guys, like I want Alvarez. I want to see how his career turns out, and I want Pete to get to like a realistic career home run total. Like he can hit number 300 next year. And I kind of want to see how their careers play out without necessarily needing to record it. So we're going to keep checking in. I'll check in every relevant season, I guess. So this was real life. This was us. We won 98 games, and we won a World Series. We lost in the Division Series last year to Atlanta. And Pete's already the home run record, has the home run record, which is cool. I want Beltran. I want to get his career on track, or off the ground rather, is the metaphor I was trying to use. I want to give him his career. And I can't really do that on camera all that easily. So that's that. We're gonna probably cut it here. We'll get through to the playoffs. We'll play through the playoffs the same way we did last season. And then we'll see where we're at in time for playoffs. We'll see who's playing well. We'll see who's not playing well. We'll see if any changes need to be made for playoffs coming in. So so thanks for watching, everyone. We will see you in the next episode.